Is that? Oh, we're good. Okay, cool. I'll let everybody pile in here. Guys, I'll be right back. No cop fail. Okay, okay, bam. Why is this not tall? Why? Huh. Is it extended all the way? Pause. Yes, it is. Interesting. Give you guys a forehead shot. Good? Okay, cool. There we go. Okay. Is my brightness on? It is. Okay. What up, Lachlan? What up, Tev? What up, Kicks? What up, Jolie? What up, boys? Sorry, man, I can't ship anything to you. Australia classifies perfume as dangerous goods. I mean, everybody classifies perfume as explosive and dangerous. That's why you got to pay extra to ship it. SOD Arabian Oud Dewan. Scent of the day will be Guerlain L'Homme Cologne. Is that a Eau de Cologne, Joel, or is that an EDP that just says Cologne? What up, Kicks? My boy, what's good, bro? Don't ask me why I went live. I won't be on super long because I got some content to do tonight. But we're gonna see what kind of fun we can get into. They won't ship at all. They said it's restricted. Oh, I could see that. I could see that right now. Right now, shipping's been kind of in a frenzy. Even stuff in the States has been very slow. It's all good though, brother. Don't worry about it. I appreciate the effort. Haven't put my nose to those. I've done wild card, win, wild card, win, wild card, win, full house. That might be it. I don't do full fragrance reviews on here. This is just like brief Q&A. So I don't really break down too much. I give people kind of like the scent bubble synopsis, but I haven't, I've only put my nose to those three, so I wouldn't really be useful to that question. Dun, 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 dun. In fact, I don't even know, do I still carry Game of Thrones? Or Game of Thrones. Okay, so yeah, we've got wild card. I still have wild card. Well, here's a lot. I'm really interested to see the maturation on Taj 2. especially in light of the fact that now we actually have Talisman in our possession. So we got enough Taj 2 left. Let's see if it actually macerated. Because I always tell people, if you want blue Talisman for real, get Taj 2, but it'll be light and it'll macerate at the same length of Aether, which takes like 3 to 6 months. And if you want the more performance base, you go with Art of the Universe. Though BT today was saying he's into a different Talisman clone, but I think that's just out of bias. I don't think he's smelled. I don't think he's smelled it yet. Okay, so yeah, Taj is really nice. Taj 2 is way closer than Art of Universe. Way closer. I think people just smell Taj 2 and it's light like Aether, so they're not sure if it's going to perform, but it's most accurate. Little bit sweeter, but in the softest way possible. Okay. Let me go back up. They won't ship. Game of Spades. It's been 5 days that I ordered from Fragrance Net. New news, it's moving right now. Ouch. I'm keen into City Rhythm. Is that a good house to buy from, and what do you like? Okay, so here's what I know. I'm not the most useful City Rhythms reference, but here's some information that is black and white that I can give you. So number one, I equivalate City Rhythms and Mancera. Mancera has way more fragrances to choose from that are certified bangers, and you get 120 ml, which with City Rhythms, you're getting 50 to 100 ml depending on which company you go with. City Rhythm, both business partners, the perfumer and the kind of business head split. And when they split, the business head now runs City Rhythm, and the perfumer now runs some fragrance company that's like geometrically shaped or whatever. And he basically sells the exact same fragrances, but he's given them different names, and he sells them in a 50 ml. So they don't cost $200. They cost closer to 80 to 100 for a 50. And he changed the name, changed the branding. But City Rhythms and that guy's new company make the same fragrances. And if you want big bottles, you pay, $150, $100 to $200 retail for the old school City Rhythms and the other one. Now, and then if you want a smaller size and pay half the money, you go with the perfumer's company, Prism. There you go. And so they're the same formula, from what I understand, with no real twists at this point. Good fragrances, great DNAs. The brand bases their fragrances off of cities and places, so they've got like Miami and all that stuff. Bunch of different places around the world. They try to capture the vibes of a city. And a lot of really great, affordable, good longevity fragrances from that house. I don't carry anything from the house. To me, I kind of just skip to Mancera because you get 120 mLs for the $100 price point. So to me, comparatively, Mancera beats them out in quantity of different fragrances and in ml, dollar per ml. So for around the $80 to $120 price point, you get 120 ml, which is significantly more juice, and their bag is deeper. But in terms of quality, they're both pretty much on par with each other. As far as particular fragrances that I can recommend, I can't recommend any at this time. And to be honest, it's going to be a while before I ever go back to City Rhythms, because all of their DNAs I'm pretty familiar with in terms of like what they're supposed to smell like. And I have stuff so similar to all of their profiles, I wouldn't really be if I was to review City Rhythms, it would just be for you guys. It wouldn't be for the purpose of purchasing a new fragrance to my collection, because I haven't seen a DNA from City Rhythms that I don't carry something very close to it. So a good reference of City Rhythms recommendations would be probably I almost said Joel. Micah. Micah carries a lot of City Rhythms. A lot of kids carry City Rhythms, not really because the DNAs and stuff, more so because the affordability, and they don't really know about Mancera and stuff like that. But yeah, that's all the information I have. Hopefully that's helpful for you. What up, Executive? What up, Santana? My Latafa Art of Universe has grown some nuts after macerating for 3 months and getting more than 8 hours on skin and several days on clothes. Yeah, I was just going over that. Taj 2 smells, to me, almost one of one to Blue Talisman, and I just got in Blue Talisman this week. So to me, Art of Universe is like 80 to 85% close to Talisman. So it's almost similar to Assad and Sauvage Elixir. I wouldn't really call it a clone. I would call it a clone twist. But if I always tell people, if you want performance, go for Art of Universe, because it's still a really good scent at the at the end of the day. If you want accuracy, a fragrance that smells exactly like Talisman, then go Taj 2. But with Taj 2, you'll need the 3 to 6 months of maceration, because it will feel much lighter than Art of Universe. Art of Universe truthfully feels like a Club de Nuit fragrance. Like when you smell Milestone and Iconic and Sillage, they're way more ramped up on synthetics to carry more longevity out of the originals of those fragrances. So in the same way Art of Universe outperforms Talisman, it's because it's a more synthetic smelling fragrance. Still a really good fragrance, but if you smell Art of Universe next to Taj 2, you'll see a significant difference by at least about 15%. Because I think Taj 2 is like 9.5 out of 95% accurate, maybe even 100%, truthfully. And Art of Universe to me is 85% at best. So, but both great fragrances. You wouldn't lose buying either one. I'll be honest, Instant Crush was a bit too much in your face for me. Okay. Okay. That's fair. What other questions y'all got for me? Excuse me. Hey, this might be a short night. I'm feeling this. Hey, by the way, there's 12 people in here. There's only 6 thumbs ups. Hit the 3 dots right here or right there. Hit the 3 dots and then hit like. Run the likes up so YouTube can start pouring some more people in here. Y'all know how we do. It ain't for me, it's for y'all. I don't benefit from 7 likes. Trust me. I don't even benefit from 13, but you guys do. So I appreciate you guys. I mean, it's on you guys if you want more people in the chat. Should I get Kamarakawa? I hate intense coffee at the start, but I love the dry down, sweet and... Wait, should I get Kamarakawa? I hate the intense coffee at the start, but love the dry down, sweet and creamy. Where would I wear it? That's the question, man. That's the best question anyone can ask when evaluating a coffee fragrance. Where would I wear it? You'd wear it in a coffee shop. You'd wear it during Thanksgiving, maybe Christmas. Somebody told me they wore Kawa during Halloween, which was, okay. But, it's not really, it's an occasion-based fragrance for very specific occasions. To me, holidays, lounges, coffee shops type of vibe. So you have to look at your lifestyle. Are you in those places often? I mean, to be honest, I think if you had a travel spray of Kamarakawa, that would literally be all you need. Because in my use case, and Kawa's sitting right there, I have worn that fragrance like 10 times, and 5 of those times I had to force myself to wear it just because I hadn't been wearing it, and I was just wearing it to wear it. There was no occasion at all. It's quite a sweet fragrance. It's hard for me as a grown man to find use case for Kawa, but to me, Amora Cafe is a good smelling fragrance, but not worth the money when you could just get Kawa. So if you're deciding between Amore Cafe and Kawa, I would say go Kawa because it's just so much cheaper and it's just as good, if not richer of a smell. If you just want coffee, I've recently come across some actual roasted coffee bean scents, you know, because Kawa and Amora Cafe feel very much caramel latte, you know, a lot creamier, milkier, denser. But if you get a fragrance that has coffee bean notes, like a roasted coffee bean, that opens it up a little bit more because then it feels more like a tobacco fragrance, a spiced vanilla fragrance, or something like that. So, La Tacita de Cafe from day 3 is a really good coffee option that I feel like you can wear beyond just the coffee shop in the holidays. So look into that one. There's some roasted coffee note fragrances from by Killian. There's a really good roasted coffee from Javoy. What's the name of that fragrance? Might be Pavillon Rouge, I think. Yeah, so to me, if you want a coffee fragrance in your arsenal, get something that has coffee beans as a note. If they just have coffee and it smells like milky caramel latte, by the way, I need to shave. I look rough and tough. I look like a hyena. Um, yeah, I think latte-ish. To me, if I could go back, Amora Cafe and Kawa wouldn't even really be on my radar unless I could get those as travel sprays. I don't think they're even worth a 30 ml. Sauvage Elixir kind of smells like Blue de Chanel. No, not at all. Not at all. My friend got Sauvage Elixir, but says it doesn't smell as strong on him or last that long. He's nose blind. He's going nose blind. That's why. Sauvage Elixir has plenty performance. And if he's struggling with performance, just tell him to put on an unscented lotion, and that'll carry it for him. I recently purchased Club de Nuit Iconic. What would you rate it? Iconic is 10 out of 10. It's 1-to-1 to Bleu de Chanel EDP, and I have both on my shelf. I have the Bleu de Chanel EDP and Iconic. They're 1-to-1 to me. Thoughts on Mancera Cedrat Boisé? My local discounter has 100 ml for 70. Cedrat Boisé is a 50-50 fragrance. What I mean by that is if you show 100 people Cedrat Boisé, 50 people will fall on their face in love with it, and 50 people will be like, this smells like old manish, like a luxurious older man. I think you should try it before you buy it, man. Even at $70, which is 70 actually isn't an insanely good price. Like during any holiday during the year, New Year's, 4th of July, Christmas, Cinco de Mayo, you're going to find Cedrat Boisé around the $80 price point. So if it was me, I would tell you to try it before you buy it because it is a very polarizing scent. People either love it or they hate it. It's not, it is mass appealing in terms of sales, but not in terms of like, if you line up 100 people in a room, it's still only half the room's going to like it. So don't be tripped up by $70. That's not an incredible savings for that fragrance. Thoughts on a winter scent for the summer? I get nostalgic Christmas vibes when I do it. I don't even understand that question, bro. That sounds like an oxymoron to me. What Middle Eastern oud parfum would you recommend? Middle Eastern ouds. I mean, in my experience, most ouds are Middle Eastern. Do you mean like a Middle Eastern fragrance like that has, you know, Middle Eastern notes within it? Or are you saying just the oud needs to be from the Middle East? Because if that's the case, I can just name any oud fragrance I have. It's going to have some form of Middle Eastern oud in it. So can you specify, Rafi? Amir Al Oud. I'm not sure about that one. Middle Eastern brands. Okay, Latafa, Armaf. Al Haramain, all that stuff. Okay. So, I mean, the easiest go-to for me is Body Al Oud, Oud for Glory. If I can find it. So this is like an easy go-to. And I have the original 1-to-1 to me. I'll be honest with you. So there once was a time I just thought this smelled really great. But now that I have the original, it's 1-to-1 to me. The only difference between the original and this is the tiniest bit fresher, but I would call this a 10 out of 10 clone. The YouTube videos are true. This is truly 1-to-1. So 20 to 25 USD for this, and this is a great Middle Eastern oud fragrance. It's dark, it's mysterious, it's slightly sweet, it's fresh. It's one of the cleaner ouds I've smelled. There's not a lot of funk to it. That's probably one of the most classic Middle Eastern ouds you can buy today for dirt cheap. And obviously Maison Alhambra's woody oud, which is oud wood. This is a much cleaner oud. It's a mineralic, woody, slightly smoky oud as well, but it's agarwood oud. It's not actual oud. It's synthetic oud, but very clean every day. It's even fresher than that. That one is like winter or nighttime or 75 degrees and below. This is all day, every day, year round. Fresh, clean, upscale, fancy. Any other Middle Eastern ouds I would recommend? Oh, Mahir Legacy Black is another great option. Vanilla, a lot of woods, a little bit of smoke, tons of vanilla, and some oud. It's a synthetic again, but in fact, I don't even know if they list oud, but it's a synthetic oud. Very woody rendition, woody, smoky, incensey, vanilla-y. Great Middle Eastern fragrance as well. This is Latafa Mahir Legacy Black. That's another great option for you. If I remember, like more gourmand by the fireplace. Okay. Anything out there similar to Chanel Allure Homme Sport? I like the smell, but super pricey. Maison Alhambra Alpine Sport is a great clone of Chanel Allure Homme Sport. So it's called Alpine Sport by Maison Alhambra. I think you can get it for about $20 on Amazon, and it's almost 1-to-1. Why is Versace Eros looked down upon by fragrance channels? Because people are bored of it. I'm not bored of it, and I don't think I ever will be bored of it. But people move on to stuff that looks like this top shelf, and they stop wearing this, and they think their collection is good because their fragrance collection looks like stuff up here. But the reality is this gets a lot of compliments. It's super versatile. It's fresh. It's sweet, but also sexy and classy. I will never downplay Eros. And anybody that downplays Eros, wear whatever fragrance you want. Pick whatever fragrance you want. I will wear Eros next to you in the airport, and we will see who gets more compliments. I guarantee you, I don't care if you've got on a Roja. I don't care if you've got on, Chanel. I don't care if you've got on Initio. If I'm wearing this, I will get more compliments than you. It just is more relatable. It's not that it smells better than niche perfumery or anything like that. It's more relatable right off the bat. It's more genderless and non-subjective. It's just objectively good. And this is a scent profile that women absolutely, more women than not, absolutely love this profile on a man. It's classy, and it's softly sweet. It's a gentle fragrance with a lot of class. And so anybody who downplays that is an idiot. I'm just going to say it right now. Would you layer 100 silent ways with niche with oud? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. 100 silent ways is good on its own, man. I don't. But even then, I don't really know if oud is the play there. 9 p.m. Rebel, was that any good? Kids say it's good. I don't think it is. We can't wait for your blend video. Ooh. I'm taking a lot of notes for that video before I drop it. That's going to be a really good one. Have you tried Lahafa Sahir, the dragon-looking bottle? No, I haven't. I haven't. You got to understand, guys, I'm not the most hip. It's funny because I know about more clones than most content creators because the first 2.5 years of my journey, I literally picked up every single one, I feel like, which isn't true, but, you know, I have hundreds of clone samples here, and I've got a lot of clones. I gave away 32 of them last giveaway in full bottles, but so I'm able to still kind of be on par with a lot of the value that people provide, but the truth is I haven't purchased a clone in 5 months. The last clone I purchased was Teriyaki Intense, which isn't a clone. It just comes from a clone house. So I've been purchasing only niche fragrances for the last 4 months. And the only designer fragrance I recently purchased was Gucci Guilty Elixir because I've been wanting this fragrance for a long time, and so I finally put it in the collection. But I'm not the best person to ask clone questions about as far as new releases in terms of this year. A lot of the stuff that got dropped this year, I haven't had my nose on yet. I'm just kind of maxed out on clones right now, but I will still review them and I will still get them in for you guys. It's just I did 4 months straight of only niche because I wanted to take a deep dive into niche only and independent niche. So there's so much clone content on my channel. So much clone content. There's not an insane amount of niche. I would say out of 700 videos, 400 of them, maybe 500 of them are clones and 200 of them are niche. So I'm just trying to balance the channel out and provide more niche. So I have now 40-ish niche bottles that I've picked up in the last 4 months. And I haven't done a review on any of my niche yet. And then, so I feel like between that and then a lot of my decants of niche that I have, I'll be able to make it to where there's like 500 clone reviews and like 500 niche reviews. And then I'll be happy. Then I'll kind of step back and then go back to doing whatever the heck I want. But my channel's a little bit imbalanced to clone right now, and I'm trying to rebalance it out so that you guys can like jump into whichever category you want and have a lot of content. I don't want people to see the channel and only see clones. And so if they're into niche, they don't feel like they don't have good resourceful information, or even for designer's sake. That's why we do all the hot takes. All my hot takes are for all the designer fragrances. So I want people, you know, I want 500 designers, 500 clones, 500 niche, and give some real balance to the channel. Because I carry everything, you know. If I look at my shelves right now, designer, clone, designer, niche, niche. So I want my channel to reflect that. How does Gucci Guilty Elixir smell like? It smells really good. I suggest you watch my video called 3 Fragrances That Smoke Drake's Summer Mink. If you liked Summer Mink by Drake at all, this is significantly better, more versatile, higher compliment factor, more masculine. It's just a Swiss Army knife everyday wear. It's upscale. It's the tiniest bit sweet by like a 4 or 5 out of 10. It's got a lot of class. It'll remind you of Eros, but it's a little less sweet and a little bit more sophisticated. Honestly, Gucci Guilty Elixir feels like a flanker to Eros, but it's actually better smelling to me than Eros. But like, I feel like if you have these two fragrances in your collection, you literally have everything you need for like everyday wear. This will be casual, upscale casual, and semi date night. This will be casual, upscale casual, date night, and semi formal. Like these can just do it all. You have these two fragrances right here. Man, like you really don't have to go buy new fragrances if you don't want to. Those two will just get you so far in life. What's the 5 best beach vibe frags? Affordable. These aren't the best. I'm just gonna start naming stuff to you for the beach. That's really good. This is one of the best by the water fragrances. Milestone, Millesime Imperial, very amazing. Anything having to do with water, this fragrance is incredible. Elysium, citrus basket on vetiver, grapefruit, orange, lemon. Imagination clones, Sahib Intense. This is the closest thing to Imagination to me. It's almost 1-to-1. So Imagination, citrus basket, exotic aquatics, really nice. Tarathi Blue, which is Tigar. It's about a 9 or 9.5 out of 10 in terms of closeness to Tigar. Just like Imagination, but just more grapefruity and a little bit more tarty. Beach. Even this one could really work at the beach. Valentino Uomo Intense or Valencia. All those fragrances I just named to you are $30 or less. Beachy. I mean, really, I'm not gonna. Some of my fragrances I have, I can't really recommend. I can't really recommend anything up there because that's not the cheap section. Oh, Amir Sadrat Essence is really good too. That's basically, and I don't remember who asked, if it was Lachlan or somebody, but somebody asked me about a deal on Sadrat Boisé. This is better than Sadrat Boisé. This is a clone of Sadrat Boisé, but it's a clone twist. So this is exactly Sadrat Boisé, but it has a very, very pronounced, distinct honeydew green melon note. So this is what Sadrat Boisé should have smelled like. This is a lot more fun to wear. Literally, exactly 1-to-1 Sadrat Boisé, but like 20% of it is drenched in a green honeydew melon note. Almost like a cucumber honeydew top to a heart and base of Sadrat Boisé. So much more fun than Sadrat Boisé. This is really, really good value. 25 bucks. Great performance. Awesome fragrance. Absolutely awesome fragrance. What belongs right there? Huh. What belongs right there? Oh, Mont Blanc. Wait. Okay, so maybe here. Well, I don't like that though. What the heck? Dang, what the heck belongs over there? Can we put the Bulgari? Oh, shoot. Okay. All right. What about Baby Cat Maison Alhambra Ebony? Ebony is a clone. Is Baby Cat masculine? Baby Cat is very, very sweet. Very, very sweet. In fact, Nayel, Nayel, Nayel Arabiat is a really, 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 really phenomenal tuxedo clone, and it's a little bit spicier than tuxedo. And that's a really good fragrance. I would say Baby Cat is very intimidating. A lot of men say that thing is way too sweet. Women love the smell of it, and they even love the smell of it on men. But for men wearing it, it's very, 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 very sweet. But Tuxedo is very close to Baby Cat. They're just slightly different from each other in terms of style. But I would get Arabiat Niall or whatever, Niall Arabiat. That one is very close to a Baby Cat style, but way more masculine because the spices are just super ramped up. I would recommend that, man. That's like a $30. To me, that's like almost better than Tuxedo. Do you think Maison Alhambra is a tier C clone house? No, they're B tier. They just don't make as much fragrances as anything else. And they're only known for their Tom Ford clones mostly. They make B tier clones. They're certainly above average. It's just they don't make nearly as much fragrances as Armaf, Lattafa, Fragrance World, and stuff like that. Still B tier, they just don't make enough. But they are hit or miss. So that's why I give them a B. You know, they're not elite, they're not average, they're somewhere in the middle. That Gucci Guilty Elixir smells like Reflection Man, but sweeter. No, no. I mean, I get the comparison, but everyone can wear Gucci Guilty Elixir. Everyone can't wear Reflection Man. Like if I showed Gucci Guilty Elixir to 100 people, 80 would love it. If I showed Reflection Man to 100 people, 50 would love it. It's a very polarizing scent. It goes a little more, is it herbal or chemically? It's just odder than Elixir. Are you familiar with Camaro Homme Intense? Yeah, I'm very familiar with Camaro Homme Intense. Really good Dior clone. My only thing with Camaro Homme is Cayenne Classic is a little bit cheaper and just as good. They're almost the same fragrance. So, you know, I think Cayenne Classic, you can get it for $20. So, and thankfully in your case, a lot of Dior Homme Intense clones are really, really good. So it's really hard to pick a bad clone. But to me, Camaro Homme and Cayenne Classic are S tier. And I think Camaro Homme is just a little bit like $5 to $15 more than Cayenne Classic for the exact same performance and smell. So I would go Cayenne Classic, but if you pulled the trigger on Camaro Homme, I wouldn't be mad at you because it's S tier in terms of closeness and performance. Favorite Roja vetiver. Linsumi Lalique for the beach. I would think that's a preference because when I think of the beach, I think about water, I think about water sports, I think about mixed drinks, think about the sand, the air, you know, and Linsumi is a very it's a very green, sappy, morning green dew type of fragrance. It feels more like you're in a forest next to a lake, not really like you're on a beach. So I wouldn't really wear Linsumi at a beach because it feels like a forest fragrance. So it's got a more gentleman aesthetic to it than beach, you know. But no one would like not like you. You just wouldn't really be that alluring of a person. People would be like, oh, you know, you smell good, but in the most friendliest way possible. There's no fun in that fragrance. That fragrance is very like serene, peaceful, upscale, mature. When I think about water fragrances, I'm thinking about fun, you know, airy, light. Gucci Guilty Pour Homme Eau de Toilette smells amazing, but doesn't last too long, about 4 hours. I took the decanter advice and it works. Thank you. Hey, there you go, man. Once you start decanting, you realize longevity is not that big of a deal. If you love the fragrance, don't let the fragrance rob you of the purchase. Thoughts on Burberry Touch? I'm a little bit beside Burberry Touch, man. The fragrance, you know, it's like asking me how I feel about Cool Water. It's like it doesn't matter how I feel about Cool Water. If I say it's good, we're still in year 2025. If I say it's bad, we're still in the year 2025, man. It's like you know, move on. Better tuxedo clone IMO because it's more woody is Rafficat. Yeah, but Joel, what I would say though is Rafficat is very polarizing. I didn't recommend Niall Arabiat as a baby cat clone. I was telling him to abandon baby cat as a DNA outright because baby cat is way more of a people have a harder time loving baby cat than they do tuxedo. So even though Rafficat is a great alternative to baby cat, when you put 100 men in a room, 50 will buy baby cat. Or sorry. Yeah, no, yeah. If you put 100 people in a room, 50 would buy the fragrance and 50 would say, "No, I don't like it." Um, I feel like tuxedo in a room of 100 people, like 70 people would like it and 30 wouldn't like it. So I was giving him a tuxedo alternative. And if you notice, almost every person I know that has purchased Rafficat, that's a man, has sold their bottle down the road. You know, it's so sweet, it's so drenched that it really becomes hard for use case. And it's also an easy fragrance DNA to beat out because there's so many fragrances like it that are made that I feel like have a more masculine edge. All the women I know that have purchased Rafficat have kept it. They really like it, and I think it speaks to women more than it speaks to men. But I always just tell people, you know, when it comes to baby cat, clone or original, try it before you buy it. With tuxedo, I would still say try it before you buy it. But if you already told me like you've smelled fragrances like Tarothi Brown, Niall, Kismet, or actual tuxedo, and you know you like that, then just stay the tuxedo route. It's a little, just the tiniest bit more mass appealing. I don't think Maison Alhambra is low tier. It'd be hard to rank all the clone houses. Yeah, I agree with you. Take care, Lachlan. So good to see you, man. Can you share your opinion on Paco Rabanne Fame? Really good fragrance. Really good fragrance. I'm a bigger fan of some of the other Paco Rabannes, but Paco Rabanne kind of, to me, is like the younger brother to 1 Million. I feel like the 1 Million line is sexier, and the robot line and all that stuff is, you know, Phantom and all that is like more boyish. It's more bubblegummy sweet, whereas the 1 Millions are spicy sweet. So it's just a preference thing. Typically more of the Paco Rabannes, the Fame, the Phantom, and all that stuff are a little bit more fresher, so you feel like you could wear them every day, but they're so playful that they lack maturity. You know. Lalique Linsumi at the beach is blasphemy. It's too special to me now. Yeah, I agree. I actually do agree. Take care, Joel. Thank you so much for your help, brother. Hey, man, I'm now in my sampling era where I am focusing on niche only. Wajan and Grand Soir got me in a chokehold. I would have a full bottle of Instant Crush, but I prefer those over it. Yeah, well, those are completely different fragrances. Instant Crush falls in a different family of DNA than Wajan and Grand Soir. If you're into fragrances like Wajan and Grand Soir and you want to explore like a different facet, but still in the vanillic spices category, you know, because Grand Soir is a vanilla amber with a little bit of background spice. Wajan has a little bit more spice. It's more vanilla and amber, but more honey coated. Ombre Premier from Javoy would be a really good option for you. Ambar Dominicano from Day 3 would be a really good choice for you. Trace Oros from Day 3 would be a really good choice for you. Try those 3. Those actually take the Wajan and the other one DNAs to a whole nother level to me with more insane performance. Love that laundry painting. Looks real, so in depth. Thank you, man. This is actually the first watercolor painting I ever did. My first time with watercolor. It actually, I did this in college, and So if you flip it over, it actually shows the grade I was given from my painting professor. But I'm an acrylic and oil person by trade. So when I had to paint this, it was a big deal because I actually surprised myself how well I did, because this does not look like watercolor. This took like months to get the paint that thick to make it appear, you know, that photorealistic. So I'm very proud of it. Oh, sorry, let me twist this. There we go. I blind bought Coach for Men, black bottle, and it's meh. Lasts greatly, but nothing special. It's okay. It's still a good fragrance, though. You know, Coach for Men, you know, if you don't want to think and you just wake up, you want to smell classy and fresh and masculine, you know, hit yourself 100 times with that fragrance and go about your day. It's not really an expression piece. It's not something where you're supposed to wear it and it makes you feel like someone you aren't. You know, it's not an ambitious fragrance. It's not a powerful fragrance, but it's classy and fresh. And I think it's a little bit more upscale than some of the classy, fresh designer fragrances out there. So it's still a good fragrance. A lot of people will say you smell great, but you know, like you said, it's not the moon and the stars. So, and I don't think you should expect that from that fragrance. You know, it's a designer fragrance that's been around forever. So, you know, I do think it's a great utility fragrance though, you know, especially it's one of the very few designer classy fragrances with a pronounced note of vetiver, which makes it more complex than the average designer. It's really good. I really like the new Coach Black EDP, just waiting for it to hit the discounters. Okay, I haven't, you know, I did see that. I just haven't put my nose to it yet. For some reason, I didn't know if that was new or not. Could you please recommend a unisex fragrance, but not too strong, and its persistence? Yeah, absolutely. I would say Day 3 Bonnie. It's about 155. Day 3 Bonnie, perfectly unisex, great everyday wear. Great everyday wear. Lin Sumi just killed most designer smells for me. I'm amazed, and it's a smell everyone needs their nose on. I agree, man. People think, you know, oh wow, you did a memoir on a Lalique fragrance. Yeah, I did, because it captivated me that much. And you know, for me to do a memoir on a fragrance, I have to really love it. And you guys know, in just 1 year, I've put my nose to like something like, did the numbers on it. I think in 1 year I smelled like 2,500, 2,000, like 2,100 fragrances or something crazy like that. So for me to start my memoirs off on Lin Sumi is saying a lot. How many sprays do you usually do? I try to keep 6 to 8, but I feel that might be too little with my freshies. What's your opinion? I do not have a general rule of thumb with sprays. Every single bottle gets a different spray count. There's fragrances I will spray 20 times. There's fragrances I will spray 1 time. You know, it's just a fact. I have fragrances I will not put more than 2 sprays on my body at all. And then there's fragrances where I don't even count. I'm just trying to make a giant mist and then walk in. You know what I mean? Like, every fragrance gets treated differently. Every fragrance has a different level of potency. You know, there's no generalization with fragrances. They all wear so differently. And then due to our skin soaks up a fragrance differently. You know, but you do have control over what a fragrance does. If it's powerful, you can spray less. If it's weak, you can put on lotions or oils or creams and get them to project and last longer. Or you can molecule one, or, you know, stuff like that. So cool. I appreciate that, man. Again, the memoirs are not for views. The memoirs are about paying tribute to how special fragrance can be. And that's not really, most people aren't into stuff like that. It's almost like I do the memoirs for me, just to capture the fact that there are fragrances that can literally change your whole existence. Like when I smell Lin Sumi, like even now, I'm not bored, and I'm not even, I feel like I know this fragrance like the back of my hand, but then I spray it and wear it. And every time I appreciate something different about it. I appreciate the dewy moisture of it one day. Then the next day I appreciate the airy wetness to it. Then the next day I appreciate the sappiness of it. The next day I appreciate the cedar of it. The next day I appreciate the forestiness. The next day I appreciate that it takes me out to the forest. The next day I appreciate the therapy of it, just to smell like cold morning foresty air. You know, then the next day I appreciate its versatility and how I don't even need to think and I can just wear it. I can wear it at the office. I can wear it out doing errands. I appreciate I could put it on in my room right now and just feel like total peace. It just speaks to me, you know, and I can't communicate that in a review. You know what I'm saying? Like I can tell you to buy it and I can tell you it's incredible, but the memoir is like, if anyone decides to stay and watch one of my memoirs, it's because you do think more than your average person about fragrances. And if you respect me at all, you know that I wouldn't make a video like that unless I felt like there was something really important. So it speaks to a real niche crowd of people, you know, and like you said, pure poetry. I agree. You know, I'm trying to, and I freestyle all of my content. Nothing is scripted. So I literally light the candle. I say the first thing that comes to my mind, and I just talk until I run out of things to say about the fragrance, and then I blow the candle out. I don't make it scripted at all. I almost am more excited about the memoirs than you guys because I'm like, man, what am I going to say about this fragrance? I blind bought it years ago when I didn't have much experience with new fragrances, though. Yeah, I mean, I think. Oh, oh, I got a smell in Sumi. Oh, okay, gotcha. I blind bought Rocus Loam Aromatic Touch. When people say it's similar to that, I hated it. No, no, I have Rocus Loam. It smells nothing like it. Absolute, two completely different fragrances. I have reviews of both. You'll notice I describe them way different. What's up, Rambo? I got Alhambra Dark Oud from your last stream, and I like it a lot. Alhambra Dark Oud. No, we didn't talk about that fragrance. Oh, somebody in the chat might have recommended it to you. Oh, Dark Oud is Woody Oud. Okay. Are you sure it's the exact same thing? You're sure they didn't reformulate that profile? This is the one you're talking about? Hopefully it's the exact same thing because this is really good. You know, you can pretty much blend it with anything. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's just a really nice, classy scent. You can wear it anywhere. And you could put anything in it. You can put vanilla with it. You can put citrus with it. You can put spices with it. You can put fruits with it. I mean, anything can go with it. It's really cool. I have a lot of combos on my ebook that use that fragrance. How are you enjoying it? My only hesitation to not knowing if it's the same thing is that the fact they named it Dark Oud seems a little bit strange. Like maybe they added spice to it because with my Woody Oud, it's not that spicy at all. Almost to the point where I wouldn't even call it spicy. It's definitely extremely woody, but spicy? Not really, dude. I mean, if somebody held a gun to my head and I had to say it had spice in it, I would say it has less than 5%, if any. It's not that spicy. It's extremely mineralic, extremely airy, extremely woody. Super clean, woody, aromatic, mineralic. Yeah, I don't know, man. They might have jazzed it up. Either way, though, I hope you like it. Thanks, Tev. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'd like to, all of the intros on my channel right now, I have 4 of them. All of my intros I created specifically for this channel. But at the end of the year, I'm probably going to have an album of like fragrance-ish type of songs. I want to release a fragrance themed album, like a miniature EP for the channel. So I hope to have that. I mean, that'll easily be done by the end of the year because at this point I have 4 songs and you guys haven't even heard the full songs. Like you guys just hear like 4-second clips or whatever of it. So yeah, I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Yeah, Rambo, look up Woody Oud, but not on Fragrantica. Like, look up an original sale of Woody Oud and look at the top, middle, and bottom notes on the actual seller website or whatever. Because somebody will give you an old breakdown of what the old Woody Oud profile is and see if they're close. Because I don't remember Pepper and Cardamom being in Woody Oud. Woody Oud is really good and it works like a beast off my skin. Yeah, Kicks. Rambo was saying he bought a fragrance called Dark Oud, and it's supposed to be a remake of Woody Oud. Have you heard of that? Because I haven't. He said it's supposed to be the same thing, but he said his is spicy. I don't really get spices in Woody Oud. Thoughts on Amir Sadrat Essence? Amir Sadrat. Oh, really good. Fun, playful beach type of fragrance just for you, but not beachy like Herba Pura. It's a 1-to-1 clone of Sadrat Boisé, but like 10-15% of it is a remix with green honeydew melon. I really like it. Very fun. Not as much classy. It's like 70-30, 30 classy, 70 just fun. Good fragrance, moderate performance. What's up, Ryan? It's a rename, not a remake. Yeah, yeah. Did you enjoy Salvatore Ferragamo Uomo? Are you talking about Uomo's signature account? Just clarify for me. Yeah. Yeah, Maison Alhambra gets sued a lot. That's why they do that. In fact, I think that's why they haven't grown as fast as Armaf and Lattafa, because they've been under the most litigation. Clarify that question for me, account. I'll be right back. I gotta take a piss. What? Hey guys. uh, the one that smells like tiramisu. If you're talking about Uomo's signature, I wanted to love it. I wanted to love it, but it doesn't smell bad, but I wouldn't buy it. I'm interested in smelling the one Kix has though, because I think the one he has is one I haven't smelled. I can't see myself liking tiramisu, man. I mean, I couldn't even get to Honor and Glory. Is Jean Lo Noir good? I haven't smelled that one. I've only smelled Immortelle, Matiere, and the Imagination one. Have not smelled Noir. Uomo EDT. Yeah, I don't think I put my nose to that one. I've smelled Womo's Signature and the original. Dang, what's up with the camera is a little weird. Whew, been on for an hour, guys. I'm probably only going to be on for like another 5-10 minutes, and then I'm going to sign off if there's any last minute questions. Best perfume name? That's a good question. Probably something from like imaginary authors, like Memoirs of a Trespasser. I like that name. Slow Explosions is a great name, which is a great fragrance. You know, Slow Explosions. That's like it paints a picture. Memoirs of a Trespasser. That's a cool name. Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's any other like cool names. Speed Legends Night Drive. That's a cool name. Lin Sumi. That's a great name. This isn't a unique name, but Halloween Man is a cool name for a fragrance. Yeah, we'll stop there. What other so Rambo, for me, I never got into the whole Tom Ford clonery from Maison Alhambra. Like Woody Oud is the only exception. And that's like what they were known for, you know, the bitter peach, the Neroli Portofino, the tobacco touch, you know, all those. And I didn't really get into them because they were really like hit or miss. Some smelled like the tobacco touch was terrible. And so I wrote them off pretty early in the game, and I'm just now starting to like, you know, so I don't carry a lot of Maison Alhambra. Afro Leather is spectacular. 1-to-1 clone of Memo Paris African Leather. Um, Cassius, to me, is a 1-to-1. It's one of my most viewed videos on YouTube. Cassius is 1-to-1 cloning Parfums de Marly Carlisle. Woody Oud, obviously, I always recommend. But that might be it. Yeah, I don't think I carry any other Maison Alhambra. And it's mainly because they're mostly known for Tom Ford clones, and there's no way I'll get a Tom Ford clone outside of Woody Oud. And to be honest, like, I will be buying Tobacco Oud from Tom Ford. You know, that's just what it is. I don't think wearing Lin Sumi at a beach is blasphemy. I don't use it like that. I use it for work, aromatherapeutic vibes, like if I'm in my office and I want to just feel like I'm in a forest or outside, and like classy errand running, you know. I don't wear it as a fun beach fragrance. But if you want to smell like a forest and tree sap while you're at a beach, I don't think it's inappropriate. I just don't really think of it like that. But I wouldn't be mad at you. I mean, hey, I think you smell great. About 5 more minutes, guys. You watch. Because we're getting later in the evening, we're going to start to get all the European traffic right when I'm signing off. But I don't care. I've had a long day. Armaf Odyssey or Missoni Wave. Missoni Wave is going to be more versatile, meaning all seasons, any part of the day. Fresh fragrance. Odyssey Homme Black Edition is, specifically Black Edition, is nighttime, date night, fresh, vanillic, spicy, spice bomb. extreme spice bomb infrared hybrid type of fragrance, but it's very good. I gave it a 10. Have you tried the new Fico de Almafi Parfum? FICO. No, I haven't. Is it good? Absolutely, Radro. Absolutely. Most people, Missoni Wave kind of becomes their Invictus Aqua, Nautica Voyage, you know, replacement fragrance. You know, that's their go-to kind of bluish utility fragrance. And it's very good. It's very good. But Odyssey Ohm Black Edition is a completely different. That is a date night killer / middle of the day into the evening kind of fragrance. Amazing fragrance, but both of those function for two completely different reasons. You should have both, to be honest. I never got on the Missoni Wave train because I have so many fragrances that are just as good, if not better, than Missoni Wave, but I respect it. It's a great, timeless fragrance. Zara Man, amazing. Hey, Lee, that Zara Man, I'm going to smell that, man. I feel like smelling patchouli tonight. Lee, you know how I feel about this fragrance, bro. Straight up and down, you know how I feel about this fragrance, man. You ain't new to the channel. You know exactly what time it is with me on this fragrance. Probably top 3 clones of 2024. As a black man, when I wear this at night, it's a wrap. Patchouli, cacao, Mexican chocolate. The orchid is toned down just a bit, which I felt like you needed to. They were trying to push that thing too unisex. They pushed that orchid down just a little bit with this. Make it a little less sweet, a little more rich, velvety, sexy chocolate patchouli. Oh my gosh, dude. This is like if you're going to a fancy restaurant of any kind, steakhouse, sushi, seafood, teppanyaki, Japanese, Benihana, anything like that, and you're wearing this, and you don't have to keep it at the restaurant level. This is semi-formal up to formal. Cirque du Soleil, you're out in Vegas, you're hitting a theater, you're going to go see Blue Man Group or Cirque du Soleil or the Jabberwockies, or you're going to a comedy club night would be crazy with this. Oh my gosh. And it's so cheap. 30 bucks. The longevity is crazy. 8 to 10 hours. I like this more than Black Orchid. Black Orchid is a fragrance that I didn't know what to do with it at first. And then like a year later, then I understood what it was doing and I liked it. But when Zara came out with this, I was like, oh, no. This is actually what I wanted. I wanted that orchid toned down like 3 volumes so that it could feel more masculine. And they listened to that, man. And this kills every Black Orchid clone. It kills the Black Origami. It kills the Oud 24 Hours. Like I think I've smelled like 3 Black Orchid clones. It beats Alexandria and Dua. If you have this, you have everything. You can only get it on Triple Traders. That's the thing. You can't buy it anywhere else. Triple Traders for like 30, 35 bucks. My best purchases ever off Triple Traders was Glorious Oud Royal Blanc, which is the Initio Musk Therapy clone. Shout out to Meech and Zara Man. Yo, this is crazy. Absolutely, account. Thank you for your support, man. Appreciate you. I want to get an Argos fragrance, but I'm not sure which one. They are expensive, so I want to make a good decision. I like strong fragrances in the sense of sillage and those that are sweet. That's almost everything from Argos, man, to be honest with you. I have some Argos. Let me... Just so you guys can see like what's on the menu. And I have so much more than this, but this is what's on the menu for this month. Okay, guys. I'm gonna read this to you. This is on the menu this month for reviews. I'm just gonna read you some of the names. So we've got a bunch of Aaron Terrence Hughes. We've got some discontinued Tom Fords, Amouage, Toscavat, Nasamatos. We have Claudio Zucca. Shout outs to the Fragrance Apprentice for putting me on to 3 of his fragrances. We have Caspian Cherry. We have Danae, Ajal, Lamar from Kajal, Triumph of Bacchus, Arabian's Tonka. We've got a bunch of Kajals, actually. Kajal 1, Kajal 2, Kajal, Kajal Ferris or whatever. Yeah, Ferris. We've got Oasis Mist. We've got some olfactory stuff. There's a lot. So this Triumph of Bacchus and Danae. No, this is just supporters of the channel sent all this. Supporters send me stuff to try all the time. They say, "Hey, Scent Bubble, we want to see what you think of these fragrances," and they send them to me. I don't remember the last time I had to order a decant. It's been probably about 5 months. So supporters from the channel are like, "Yo, I have this. I want to see." And also one thing that's cool is people get free shout outs. So that's not why they're sending me the fragrances. But anytime somebody sends me a fragrance, they are the feature, free sponsor of that episode. So I'll say, today's episode, like Scott sent me these. So today's episode is brought to you by one of my supporters, Scott. Shout outs to Scott. Thank you for this. Kel Smells sent me this Danae. So I'll say, this episode's brought to you by Kel Smells. And so, it's a cool way to get your name shouted out, but it's also good to support the channel because if you have the fragrance, it lets me review it, which a lot of people trust my nose. So Danae's really nice. It's not overly sweet. It's about a 4 or 5 out of 10 sweet. Danae has a bit of Danae is some cross between Tom Ford Oud Wood and Slow Explosions from Imaginary Authors. It's kind of like this sangria splash on Oud Wood. So it's got like a fresh, clean, ozonic mineralicness with like a red tone to it. It's floral. It smells sweet from florals, like red florals. A little bit of spiciness in the back. This is a very mature masculine scent. Danae is a good option if you're going for masculine beast mode scent. Let's try Triumph of Bacchus. I haven't done reviews on this yet, so I'm not going to nuke the juice. Wow, that juice is so red. Look at that juice, guys. That juice is toxic. Oh my gosh, that's a nuclear fragrance. Wow. I need to reset off that. Whoa. Whew. It's just coffee beans, YouTube. Don't kick me out of here. Ugh. Look, it turned the test strip red. Isn't that something? Turned the test strip red. Can you see it? There you go. Look, it tinted the test strip red. Okay, so this is Triumph of Bacchus. Okay, so this feels like in the realm of red tobacco, Prada Luna Rosso Le Parfum. It's got a very red tobacco feel, but it feels more cherried. This isn't the most masculine. This feels like a very unisex red tobacco intense type of fragrance. A lot less spicy than red tobacco, but very close DNA. Yeah, it just feels like a cherry bomb, like a floral, like a flower version of a cherry bomb, like a cherry blossom. A very rich, airy, nuclear cherry bomb, but in a floral way. It's not artificial cherry. Interesting. Yeah, I don't think that one's mass appealing. That one's a challenging one. You either absolutely love it or not. I would love to smell that Tom Ford plum fragrance that was discontinued. Oh, Plum Japonais. Oh, okay. So, all right, Lee. So, me too. Um, oh man, I'm so glad you reminded me of that. I gotta actually write this down. So, Plum Japonais is a fragrance I've been eyeing for a long time, and I think today you have to pay over $1,000 to get it. But if you go to Triple Trader, I was looking for a clone of it for a long time. There's a bunch of wannabe clones of it that aren't up to snuff. They're all like a 7 and below. But there's a Plum Japonais rendition off of Triple Traders. That's what it is. If you go to Triple Traders and type Plum Japonais or just Plum, there's supposed to be a killer Plum Japonais clone on there. Like, I'm talking killer. Performance, smell, everything. It's not a twist. Gosh, and then just when I want to write, my pen runs out of ink. So look that up. I'm going to look into it. It's a tiny, like 50 ml, maybe a 30 ml bottle. It's very artistic. I forgot the name of it, though. And as soon as I find it, I just wrote it down because I wanted to purchase it. Check that one out. Thanks, Radro, for the sub, man. By the way, if you're new to the channel, I drop new episodes every single day. I drop 2 to 4 videos every single day on fragrances of all price points. So Plum Japonais is really good, but it does lean a little feminine. Of course it does. It's a plum fragrance. That's like Initio's Paragon. You know, the only thing saving that is really the Palo Santo, but I think at the end of the day, it's a more feminine leaning fragrance. I would never expect plum to feel masculine. Both the Argos are a little feminine to me. That's why I don't really wear them. To me, Triumph of Bacchus was, I would say, almost perfectly unisex, leaning feminine for me. The Danae was unisex, leaning slight masculine. James, give your mom her phone back. That's a solid perfume collection. Thank you, buddy. We got some bangers. This one I'm like falling in love with, like currently, this Absolute Aphrodisiac. You know, maybe I'm starting to think maybe Initio, the House of Initio is just not made for me. Like, and this is what I mean. Everybody loves Side Effect. Everybody loves... Oh my gosh, that's so good. There's a lot of fragrances everybody loves from Initio. When I smelled the entire line of Initio, I only liked Must Therapy. Then I kind of softened up to Atomic Rose. I felt like that one was pretty good as a rose fragrance. Selly describes it good when he says it smells like a graffiti, cartooned kind of rose. And then I really didn't grab, you know, people like the Baraka Joint and the Narcotic Delight, the Side Effect, the Paragon, all that stuff. And I didn't like any of them. I just felt like they were very mature DNAs that were made to feel like teeny bop college. You're like not a kid, but you're not an adult either. Like Initio feels like a brand that's marketed to college kids. You know? That's what I feel. But I know a lot of people would completely disagree. But I'm starting to open up to this Absolute Aphrodisiac. I think out of all of the sexy, alluring, seductive ones, Absolute Aphrodisiac definitely is amazing. I do love Must Therapy. That one was love at first sniff for me. And Atomic Rose. I think those are the only 3 I would ever purchase. And I'm sorry to say it, like in the Side Effect DNA, I just feel like there's other fragrances in that DNA that do it better. And I feel that way with the Baraka fragrance. I feel that way with Rehab. I feel that way with Narcotic Delight. Yeah, man, I'm sorry to say, I gotta keep it real. And my opinion doesn't really matter to anyone other than me. I gotta be truthful about what I gravitate towards. Hopefully, you guys respect my opinion because I smell more fragrances than most people in FragCom on a weekly basis. But at the end of the day, I'm still me. Like I'm one person with one opinion and I'm a certain age and I'm a certain color and I'm at a certain stage in my life and that all impacts. I'm cultured in different ways than you guys. We're all different people. So at the end of the day, I wouldn't even call those fragrances that I don't like bad. They're just not for me. Those at this point in my journey, the only thing I can confidently recommend is Atomic Rose, Must Therapy, and Narcotic Delight. Everything else to me is like you must put your nose to it because it'll speak to a lot of people and it won't to a lot of people. What do you think of Off Non Supremacy Collector's Edition? It's good. I personally like it. I think the biggest reason why Armaf per show will sell more bottles than this is the biggest reason per show will sell way more than collector's edition is because per show actually smells like Aventus Absolute. This was mismarketed. I don't know what influencers got a hold of this bottle and said that it smelled like Aventus Absolute. It smells nothing like Aventus Absolute. So people buy this thinking they're getting Aventus Absolute and it is nothing like it and they're upset. The only redeeming quality that is just like going for it is this is one of the coolest looking bottles ever. So because the bottle looks awesome, that's the redeeming quality. But as a standalone fragrance, it's somewhere between Aventus Absolute and Nishane Hasavat, ramped up in oak moss, not a candied, lemony, birchy pineapple. It's more of a dulled, candied, canned pineapple. So different style pineapple than Absolute and Versace Eros Energy. So different pineapple, closer to Cadal Fursan from Latafa. You still get the smoky woods, but it's more oak moss based. Really great fragrance. I actually think this is not redundant to Prosciutto unless you have a small collection. If you have a small collection, I would say go with Prosciutto, not because it's a better fragrance, but because it's closer to Absolute, which is what people are chasing. Both of them as DNAs are 10 out of 10, super high complement factors, super high performance, longevity score out the roof. And yeah, they did a really good job with this, and I actually appreciate this style. I was telling Kix this the other day. If you guys have ever played the Mario, Super Mario World 3, they have that game where, like, you guys see this screen? It's like chopped into 3 sections. And they have like the mushroom, the flower power, the star power, and all that, right? And on the top row, items are just spinning, and you have to like click your button, and it stops on one, and then the middle part starts spinning, and then it stops on one, and you're trying to match like either all flower power or all a star or, you know, the mushroom or whatever, and then you get extra lives. That's kind of like what Aventus is in 2025. Every clone and every designer and niche house copying the Aventus style is either swapping out the heart notes, swapping out the top note, or swapping out the base. In the top, they're swapping out the way the pineapple is shown. A lemony pineapple, or a truer natural zingy pineapple, or a candied pineapple. So they're picking between the 3 and they're mixing between the 3. Then in the heart, they're swapping out the smokiness. How smoky? So dry and airy, or slightly smoky, or ramped up smokiness. And then in the heart, what they're swapping out is the variation of cedarwood, birchwood, and oak moss. So some people don't include the oak moss at all and just have woods. Some people mix up the woods and keep it birchy for that zing. Some do more of a traditional woodsy base, kind of like Aventus Cologne. And so you have different variations. You could have a Versace Eros top with smoke, but a Hasavat level base with ramped up oak moss. And it's like a Mr. Potato Head. And so you know, that's where we're at with Aventus. But I think in terms of fragrances in between, I've never said this before, but if somebody asked me what I would get, I would say, hey, if you're looking for Versace Eros Energy, go buy Armaf Club de Nuit limited edition parfum. If you're looking for Absolute Aventus, get Armaf Club de Nuit per show 1. If you're looking for Nishane Hasavat, get Off Non Supremacy Collector's Edition and call it a day. Don't consider any of the other clones. And I've smelled them all. If you want to grab a sample of Plum Japonais for a good price, I can send a link. They have 1, 2, 3, and 4 5 mLs. A 5 ml is $30. Yeah, Scott, send me one. Absolutely send me one. Thank you, Veta. Appreciate you guys. Again, if you're into fragrance content, clones, dupes, designers, niche, independent niche, I've got you covered. I drop 2 to 4 videos every single day, and I have since I've come into the game. So give me a shot for a week. You'll know right away if my content is what you're into. I also do a lot of entertainment, so I'm not really into I do a lot of dry reviews just because everyone on my YouTube has been requesting them, so I give you guys what you want. But we also do game shows, movie style stuff with fragrance. We have a lot of collabs coming this year, a lot of great collabs coming in of people doing game shows with me or talking fragrance or doing panel discussions. We just did a 4-person panel discussion last week. I think you guys would really enjoy it, so just give it a shot. It's free. Best Jean Paul Gaultier, Le Male Elixir, but they're all good. I just prefer Le Male Elixir. I feel like it's the most mature while still having that sexy Jean Paul DNA. But they're all good. Most people under 25 have at least 2 Jean Paul Gaultiers, and it's a toss-up between Le Beau, Le Male Parfum, or Paradise Garden. I think Le Male Elixir is just the best thing since sliced bread. But I don't even carry Le Male Elixir because Latafa Kingdom is $25, $30, and it smells exactly like it. So, you know, I don't even own a Jean Paul Gaultier. But I've smelled them all many, 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 many times. I just think, you know, there's no need. There is now legitimate clones for every single Jean Paul Gaultier. So there's no reason to spend the money on them. Best men's Gucci fragrance, Gucci Guilty Elixir. No question. The next one in line, the Gucci Guilty Black Edition or whatever, the all black bottle is actually surprisingly really, really good. Boom, boom. Is there a good Wajon dupe? Yes, there is, Alan. If you go to, you can only get it here. I have no affiliations with this website. I don't make commissions. I don't sell fragrances. I just give my journey or whatever. But this is true. You can only get this fragrance from tripletraders.com. I don't know why. But there's a fragrance called Fragrance World Legion, Legion. So if you go to tripletraders.com and type Legion, Legion, that clone is the only good rendition of Wajon, and it's pretty close too. It's like 95% close. Great longevity as well. How does one start a collection? They go outside and they buy fragrances. Hey brother, I just got Vulcan Fouet. I'm getting a bit of a bug spray smell on the dry down. Will the maceration over time make it better? Probably not, but there is a good chance that it, you know, it sucks. A lot of bug sprays have certain notes that fruits and citruses have because a lot of bug sprays have bergamot citrus in them or like lime or lemon or cherry even. Some have vanilla in them. Some have mango, like a mango-y vibe to them because they smell more like sunscreen. So there might be an aspect of that in Vulcan Fouet, but one thing I can say is that out of the box, most people love it. So if out of the box you don't love it, you have to let it macerate and hope for the best. Yeah, I hope it develops for you because most people I know that have that fragrance have not talked about maceration being needed. So there might just be a note in it that you don't jive with, and that's probably not a maceration issue, but I hope for the best for you. I have heard one other person say that it smells like bug spray, but the rest of everybody who try it say they really like it and it's not off-putting. My brother uses Angel Share. Is it good or bad? No, Angel Share is good. I don't think you need to spend the money on Angel Share. I personally recommend this one. Fire Your Desire from Amir Paris Corner. You know, this is $25. Smells exactly like Angel Share. This is 25 bucks. You get the same thing. Vanilla, pralines, cinnamon, spices, cognac. Beautiful Angel Share rendition. Doesn't smell cheap, smells expensive. Got yourself a nice little date night sexy killer. But yeah, if your brother has Angel Share, he's doing all right. It's very unisex though. Very sweet, very unisex. So if he wants to feel like a man's man, then he probably should have like a different, more masculine fragrance to his date night collection. But if he's just trying to be like, if he's trying to get a chick who's 25 or under, maybe even 30 or under, that's a nice little date night jam right there. But if he's older than 30, he's got to get something a little more masculine in his collection to switch up. Do you know Kenzo Ohm Indigo? I don't. I have not put my nose to that, buddy. I'm sorry. Hey, Kicks. Love you, man. Take care, brother. Thank you so much for your support and when I'm doing these lives and stuff. I'll talk to you tomorrow, brother. Hey, enjoy that logo too, man. I think that thing came out fire. And you can drag and drop that logo onto your OBS now, and it has a transparent background. So you can see what the white logo looks like and the colored logo on your deal and just kind of shrink the size or whatever. Hope you enjoy it, man. And I say all that to say, let me also say, if you don't use that art at all, no offense to me at all, man. I just did that for fun for you. After Vulcan Flame macerates, the creaminess and juiciness of the mango pops out more and it smells more refined. I would honestly say every clone out there, because it's a fresh pour, meaning they made it to order, every fragrance will benefit from maceration. It's just different fragrances macerate in different ways. For most fragrances, they just get a little bit smoother. For other fragrances, they actually change. Like when I bought Lattafa Assad, 6 months later, that fragrance completely changed for the better. Eternal Oud, which is a Grand Soir clone for me, 1 year later, that fragrance completely changed for the better in drastic ways. Like both Assad and Eternal Oud from Lattafa became 20% better, which is crazy for maceration. Normally maceration is like 5-10%. 1 minute beatbox. Yeah, I'll give you a beatbox since I'm going to sign off soon. Let's see if we can get close. Wait, let's change it up. Wait, we gotta get better at this. See, I need to beatbox more often. Wait. See, I don't really feel like scratching and stuff. You know, we can't really, my kids are all like super sleeping, guys. What's your opinion? Oh man, you guys asked a bunch of questions while I was doing that. What's your opinion on Polo 67? Solid designer fragrance. Polo 67 EDP is great. What's your opinion on Azzaro Most Wanted EDP? The only Azzaros I recommend is the Most Wanted EDP and Wanted by Night EDP. All the other ones I don't think are worth the money. What do you think about the Drakkar Intense, even though it's old school? Well, Lee, it depends how old you are, brother. Where is that? I personally, I love Fougères. I'm not like madly in love with Fougères, but man, I just feel like, and again, if you feel like this, then you know you would like it. But I just feel like Fougères are a DNA style that like must stay in fragrance. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing more masculine to me than aftershave, beard creams, going to a fancy barber and getting your hair cut back when I had hair, and getting your beard trimmed up, and getting the hot towel with the sitting back in the jacked up, split up, ripped up leather seats because that barber has been there since you were a kid and when your pops was growing up, you know? Nothing more masculine to me than the outdoors. Grass, woods, smoke, tobacco. You know what I'm saying? Like herbals. And so, to me, what I love about Drakkar Intense is it's an old school smell in a timeless new way. It's everything you love about a fancy barbershop experience with the beard oils and the shaving cream and just the vibe and smell in the room. Um, and it's ramped up in amber. So it's got this warm, slightly sweet, rummy, boozy type of overtone to it. But in the background, it's got all those classic Fougere elements. So to me, I love it because it's the best smelling Drakkar. Drakkar, when you smell it, is like Drakkar Noir and original. It smells, it's got the barbershop, alcoholic, top hat, classic man scent, but I feel like a black man made Drakkar Intense. You know what I'm saying? Like the old Drakkars and Drakkar Noirs, black people wore those fragrances, but I feel like they lacked a lot of the elements of the barbershop side of things and kept it more shaving cream, and all that. And then like Drakkar Intense came along and was like, no, 360 Murray's Wave Grease and like Palo Santo beard oil and hot oily towel on the face and, you know, 80s and 90s R&B and Isley Brothers playing on the, you know, like stuff I grew up as a kid in the barbershops when you would go get a fade every week after church. Like that's what I grew up on. So when I think Fougere, like that's my Fougere. So I feel like Drakkar Intense came in and said like, no, like pour some alcohol on that, like pour some either some rum or some cognac on that, you know, put some freaking real men's beard oil and beard grease on this joint and flare it out. You know what I mean? Like Drakkar Intense smells like every OG from my neighborhood growing up in a more fresh, timeless way. So I think Drakkar Intense is for grown men, you know, 30 minimum. I think 40 and up is the sweet spot, but you know, I'm about to be 37 and I just feel like this is everything I loved about what a grown man should smell like that was hip and cool, but a little bit more timeless and modern than a lot of your old school Fougères. It's really dope to me. Hopefully that helps you with some description. Um, are there any good Smoking Hot by Killian dupes? There is. You got to look it up on YouTube. If you go to YouTube and type Smoking Hot by Killian, there's only like 2 recommendations out there and they're both good. I'm not a big fan of Smoking Hot though. Like for me, when you're looking at by Killian, you're looking at Angel Share, you're looking at Black Phantom, and you're looking at my favorite by Killian fragrance, which is Straight to Heaven. And or on the fresh side, you have Ginger Dash. That's another really great one. Do you smell any plum or plum liqueur in Teriyaki Intense? You know, a lot of people mention the plum note in Teriyaki Intense. This is such a cinnamon bomb to me. This is such a cinnamon bomb to me that, I mean, if you smell plum in this, you're a nose Nazi. Because what I get is amber, spices, and cinnamon. The plum is such a like wine reduction on chicken kind of plum. By the way, a nice tip for you guys: if you mix Teriyaki Intense with Latafa's, oh shoot, whoa, that could have been bad. With Latafa's Eternal Oud, which is a clone of Grand Soir. So basically, if you mix this with Teriyaki Intense, you get like a 1-to-1 clone of Grand Soir. So that's that ambery, vanillic, super ramped up spices kind of scent. Really nice combo that's in my ebook. But yeah, I don't get a ton of plum, to be honest. A lot of people say it, but I think they just say it because they read it in the description and then they smell something sweet and they're like, oh, that's plum. But it's nowhere near the same plum style as like Vintage Radio from Latafa, which is cloning Paragon. Not the same. Another Santal 33. I'm not a big Santal 33 fan. I have both of them. Does Offnon Rare Reef leave more of a masculine or feminine safe blind buy for a late 30s man? Rare Reef is like a 7 or 8 out of 10 fragrance, and that's all I can really say, Derek. I don't think, Derek, based off what I remember about you, I don't think it's a must-have, but a lot of people like it. I don't know if people are falling in love with that fragrance, to be honest. So hopefully that's helpful for you. I didn't feel the need to buy it. Like the first thing I did is when it came out, I called like 5 of my friends who bought it immediately, and they're like, it's good, you know, it's a good fragrance. You know, anytime people start talking like that, I'm like, okay, it's not worth my time. Could you do a video on every best budget fragrance you have that projects well? No, I can't. I'll definitely come out with videos with like top 3s and top 5s. But I'll never do a video that's like 3 fragrances that have great projection. Like that's too general of a topic. You know, just honestly, bro, keep watching my channel. I'm really working hard right now to get done with all my reviews. I have like 200 niche reviews left to do. And then I'm going to start jumping into more of tops and seasons and collections. And you guys have seen, I've been trying to provide you with that content even though I'm not done with all my reviews. Like I dropped the 3 better fragrances than Summer Mink. I did the panel discussion. We did the date night killers. You know, so I am trying to give you guys collections where I give you guys like 5 or 10 fragrances in a row on one video. But I'm just, the people keep demanding singular reviews. So I'm kind of like treating my channel like a TV guide. Like I want to have a fragrance review for every fragrance out there. So it's just taking me longer. Like you guys saw, man, this is what I have to review for this month. And this is all niche and independent niche. And then even when I finished that, we've got this stuff over here. Like boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes. Like, you know, there's like 30 fragrances in there. Then we got these. Then we got like literally a basket of like 100 niche fragrances. So it's going to be a while, guys. But I mean, I'm dropping an episode every single day. So there's going to be something that you guys like. And to answer the brother's question about projection fragrances, you're going to learn about projected fragrances every week on this channel. Trust me. Off non-historic Sahara or Liquid Brune or any good alternative of PDM ones. I mean, honestly, Crystal, I think you would like Wajan better than Percival. Liquid Brune is a... No, Altair. Altair. I think you... I don't know. I mean, Liquid Brune has sold is one of the highest selling clones out there. So I can't steer you away from that. If you want, you know, a vanillic, nighttime, date night, seductive, cozy winter fragrance, Liquid Brune is close enough to Altair, and a lot of people absolutely love it. For me, it's not my tea. I'd rather go Wajon than Altair. But as far as Liquid Brune, it's a great fragrance. A lot of people absolutely love it. I think Vetiver Sensual is winning in my summer rotation so far. You got another summer banger suggestion? Yeah, Derek, absolutely. Let's take you off Vetiver Sensual. I don't want to hit you with these because once you hit up here, you're now talking fragrances north of $300, like starting point. If we're talking cheap bangers for summer, Lin Sumi is always an amazing choice. Lalique Equus is an amazing amber vetiver grapefruit fragrance. Amazing choice for hot, super hot weather. Lalique White, great summer fragrance. Bentley Infinite Rush. You can't buy this one. Gucci Guilty Elixir, great summer banger. I would highly recommend that if you can get your hands on that. A big sleeper lately for me has been this Off Mountain Supremacy in Heaven. This Silver Mountain Water. I think it smells more like Silver Mountain Water than today's formulation. This is a banger. FOMO Fragheads Asylum is one of the best clones ever made, in my opinion. This is a Swiss Army knife for classy man. This is lemon, lime, grapefruit, amber, vetiver, woods. It's like the fruit basket and aquatic feel of Tygar and Imagination with some actual grown man nuts to the fragrance. Classy, sexy, everyday Swiss Army knife, classy upscale, but still fun and playful with the citrus. Yeah, you have a lot of options, man. Hopefully some of those were helpful. Valentino, Born in Roma, Coral Fantasy for me. Okay, I see you. Just get, by the way, Scott, thank you so much again for the decants, man. I've been reviewing them, having a great time. Just get Latafa, Mashraba, or Killian Smoking Hot. It's really close. Okay. Thanks for helping him out. Looking to buy my first perfume bottle from the House of Offnon. What would you guys recommend? It depends what you like, actually. Let me know what you like. Get Janon Platinum for a clone of LV Meteor. I prefer Matiere by Jean Lo. Thoughts on Tarathi Blue? Great, slightly more synthetic version of Tygar, but it is really good. I have it right here. I actually found it for $11 on the TikTok shop. Have you tried Game of Spades Bid? No. I'm not a big Santal 33 guy. Like, I think I have... I have Santal 33 sitting somewhere around here. I'm not the biggest fan of Santal 33. I'm just going to keep it a stack with you. It's... If you're talking about the one that's like clean, very clean, I'm not a big fan of that one. What's your take on Jupe? It's old and people should forget about it. I'll definitely subscribe for future videos. Thank you, Leviathan. Like I said, give it a shot for a week. It's free. You'll know if you like it here. Any budget licorice anise scents? I know some anise scents, but not licorice. If I were you, I would go to Fragrantica and type anise, and it'll show you all the fragrances that feature the note of anise and just see which ones are the highest voted ones. I don't really feel qualified to tell you, like, banger anise fragrances. What do y'all think about Liquid Brune and Vanilla Dunes? I don't know about Vanilla Dunes. Liquid Brune has probably sold way more bottles than Vanilla Dunes. I always see that bright yellow fragrance behind you on the top. What's it called? Oh, this is just Herba Gold. You know, I'm not a big Herba Pura guy, but I do have Herba Pura, and we did review it on the channel. You know, I gave it to my mom. So, it's just kind of one of those things where it's like, it's tropical, it's cool. I took a little 10, 15 mil just to have it if I want it. But I'm a Herba Gold guy. I just think this is a better, more masculine. It's not masculine. It's perfectly unisex. But I felt like Herba Pura always dips kind of into the, you know, tropical hairspray feel of, you know, it's like a feminine leaning unisex tropical fragrance. I call this a mango fragrance, but there's no mango in it, but it smells like fresh mangoes. You talk about a fragrance like Vulcan Fue, God of Fire. I think Herba Gold kills that. But, or Wilhelm's Mango Skin smells almost exactly like this, but this is more long lasting than Wilhelm's Mango Skin. Again, I call it a mango fragrance, even though there's no mango in it. But to me, this is the more mature Herba Pura take, but in a mango direction. So that's one of my go-to vacation scents for sure. Naxos or Herba Pura by Xerjoff is the yellow fragrance. Not Herba Pura is turquoise. Naxos is frosted clear. Is Armaf Peugeot good for the summer? Yes, if it's under 80 degrees. If it's over 80 degrees, the hotter the temperature is in the air, the worse that fragrance is. What's the best website to get niche samples from? You're going to have to go around to a few different places, but the cheapest you're going to find is from Scent Decant. ScentDecant.com. Lucky Scent is really nice because the more you order, the more free decants you get on top of it. You know, you have Decant X, you have Fragrance X, you have micro perfumes, you know, but I like Scent Decant, but they are limited, so you're going to have to go around to other websites and stuff. I'm 22. Based on your recommendation, I ordered Nishane Hasavat Decant full bottle of Intense Drop Posé, but soon we'll order. Wait. I'm 22. Based on your recommendation, I ordered Nishane Hasavat Decant. Well, I'm glad as a 22-year-old you got a decant of Hasavat, because Hasavat is a big boy fragrance. You will smell like a rich CEO wearing Hasavat as a 22-year-old. So I hope you're entrepreneurial, you know what I'm saying? If that fragrance is too mature for you, you might have to knock it down to Aventus Cologne or Versace Eros Energy for your age. I think those might be more appropriate, but you will certainly have a great experience smelling it. And if it speaks to you, get it. Because in the pineapple DNA, I think Hasavat is like the highest elevation of pineapple, but it can be very mature for young guys. Intense to Drop Boisé, okay. And we'll order full of an order of full of Nishane Hasavat. Dude, listen, please smell Cedrat Boisé Intense and Hasavat. Please decant it before you buy it, especially if you're 20 years old. Those are very mature fragrances. Favorite gourmand cheapies? Tres Oros, Philosophia, Straight to Heaven from by Killian, Black Orchid, Tom Ford, Wajan from Parfums de Marly, Mentor from Mind Games, Narcotic Delight from Initio, just got that in recently, really good gourmand. Kerosene Unknown Pleasures, really good. Yeah, man, love my chocolates and tobaccos. And Afnan Limited Edition is crazy and best quality from Afnan. Limited Edition is good. I'm not hating on that. I recently ordered Supremacy Collector's Edition. Would you say I made a good purchase? We'll see, man. Listen, I love Collector's Edition, but it is not for everybody, man. It's got ramped up oak moss, which makes it a way more mature fragrance than Peugeot. I can't tell you how you're going to react. You put 100 people in a room, 50 people will hate Collector's Edition, 50 people will say it's their highest complimented fragrance in their collection. Top fougères and barbershops. I love barbershops, don't you? Platinum Egoist. I actually prefer original Egoist over Platinum, and a lot of people get into, they first hear about Platinum Egoist and think that's an original. That's a newer version of Egoist. I think Egoist is way more wearable. I really do like Platinum Egoist, but A better performing, same smelling fragrance is a fragrance called Legacy, Legasi from Lattafa. That's almost a perfect clone of Platinum Ego East for like $20. So if I were you, I would get that clone of Platinum Ego East and try to get the original Ego East in actual Chanel because it's a better smelling fragrance. As far as the brother who asked about Fougères, if you got money for it, I think Joma Shop right now is selling this fragrance for, it normally retails for like 400 or something crazy like that. I think Joma has this for 130 right now. If you want a big boy fougere, Danger, uh, big boy fougere, Amouage Epic, big boy fougere. The Danger is more of an ambery oriental woody, you know, very masculine, you know, professional work environment, semi-formal, super classy, masculine, upscale, casual, the older you are. Amouage Epic, very forest green type of fougere. It's herbal, it's green foresty. It smells like you're in an Amazon forest with really good masculine woods under it. Awesome fougere. So those are some big boy fougères. Chanel Le Lion, big boy fougere, unisex but masculine leaning. Cheaper fougères, Dracar Intense, you really can't go wrong. Smells like an expensive barbershop with the beard oil and the hot soaked towels with the Palo Santo and the little bit of frothy, lathery, ambery beard cream and a little bit of booziness to it. Really ramped up ambers. Really good go-to. Dracar Intense. Other fougères. I do think this is like modern, timeless, new school fougere. It's not going to remind you of anything classic, but it has a classy tone. Equus, which is a grapefruit, vetiver, and amber ramped up. This is a really nice $25 banger. It's not exactly fougere, but it has the vibe of fougere, which is like, I am a grown man, don't play with me. But, you know, grapefruit, vetiver, amber, really nice, every day, every year, blind grab, blind buy. This is amazing. Lalique White. If you're a fan of Parfums de Marly Galloway, this is up that alley. It has every great masculine note in perfumery. It's got spices. It's got the clean linen. It's got the soap cleanness. It's got green. It's got tamarind. It's got vetiver. It's got bergamot citrus. It's a completely unique bergamot, though. It's like a peppercorn bergamot type of scent in the most clean, cotton ball, soapy way. It's so good. It's one of the best everyday blind reach grabs for 20, 25 bucks ever. Obviously, a more modern style rummy fougere is going to be Bentley for Men Intense, but I always recommend Bentley for Men OG because I don't know, people talk about Bentley for Men Intense all the time, but listen, guys, that fragrance is so frothy and so heavy in rum, it's just not realistic. This tones down the rum and makes it way more classy. Smells just like Bentley for Men Intense, but the booze is toned way down so that you can really appreciate the other aspects of this fragrance, so it's a lot more wearable. Other fougères. We'll stop there. I'm sure people have been asking me a lot of stuff. Oh, Lattafa Sacrat is a killer. And matter of fact, everybody right now, go on Amazon and look up Lattafa Sacrat, Suqraat, and buy Sacrat for $20, and you will have the best Acqua di Gio Profumo clone money can buy. And trust me when I tell you that all my men out there, 25 and up, even 20 and up, that fragrance, you will empty that bottle before you empty any fragrance in your collection. It is the most wearable, most manly, most versatile, most signature everyday wear for a man you can find for $20. And it smells, I have Original Profumo, and it smells probably 9.5 out of 10 close. It just lacks a little bit of the depth of Profumo, but it has everything, and it is the best Aqua di Gio in my opinion. That if you buy clones, that should be your first purchase because you can wear it every day, no question, and feel expensive, feel like a man, and have an affordable fragrance. That's a stocking stuffer fragrance, guys. There aren't that many fragrances that I would buy 5 bottles of and gift to all my friends. In fact, I don't even have Sacrat right now because I went to LA a month or two ago and this guy loved it so much. I just felt like bad if I couldn't give it to him. So I just gifted it to him because he was like, wow, I never thought there would be a he loves Profumo. He's like, I don't even buy clones, but you just convinced me I need to like have an open mind to clones because that is the best thing I've ever smelled in a long time. So go buy that, blind buy that fragrance. If you need an everyday, modern, sexy, masculine fragrance that is fresh and everyday wear appropriate, that is truly a masculine fragrance. You can go casual, upscale casual, semi-formal, formal, date night, wedding, funeral, theater, concert, restaurant, shopping, school, you know what I mean? Like frat party, anywhere you go with that fragrance, it'll do you right. It is basically the grown version. It has the same impact as a fragrance like Versace Eros, but more grown. 5 Sillage Monster fragrances for men. I'm not going to answer that now, but I screenshotted it. We'll make it into an episode for this week for you. What fragrance would you recommend for impressing a lady on a first date? Slightly sweet, nothing leaning too feminine. Okay, couple of super easy date night. You just met her. You're not trying to go crazy. You're just trying to have something signature you know she'll love for no question at all. The least sweet of these options is going to be Gucci Guilty Elixir. It is masculine, it is slightly sweet and musky, and she will fall on her face if you wear that. If you need something more romantic, Halloween Man Shot. Super romantic, smells just like the bottle looks. It's got, you know, some vanilla, some spices, some maturity, a little bit of aquatic. This works a lot like a Prada Luna Rosa Ocean, but way sexier, a little bit darker. If you need some, this to me is the date night killer. You can find this fragrance today, Bulgari Man in Black. This is basically Prada Luna Rosa Black, and this is Prada Black and Black Orchid had a baby. This is more upscale tuxedo night. Incredible patchouli vetiver, dark, sweet, sexy fragrance. You can find this fragrance, believe it or not, in 2025. I think I got this for $70. And that is insane for a Bulgari fragrance. One of my best date night fragrances, period, in my collection. And you guys see I'm Roja, Amouage, freaking by Kilian, Chanel'd out, and I picked that fragrance over a lot. He said not that sweet. Absolute aphrodisiac from Initio if you're needing stuff. This fragrance, if you need a super affordable one, $25. This smells just like Leighton, but better. Slightly sweet, fresh, vanillic, spiced fragrance. Lalique White and Black. Smells just like Leighton, a little bit fresher. $25, 100 ml. If you need a quick, cheap fragrance that smells like a niche fragrance, has really good 6-8 hour performance, goes great in cold weather, but it can definitely work for any type of date night date, go with that one. And again, mind you, he's not going for pure masculine. He's going for pure masculine, slightly sweet. So I'm naming, 4 to 5 out of 10 level sweet, seductive fragrances. If we were talking pure masculine upscale fragrances, I'd have a whole different lineup. What else for a slightly sweetened 4 out of 5 out of 5 date night? YSL L'Homme. Matter of fact, I really don't care. YSL L'Homme, La Nuit de L'Homme, YSL Loam EDP, EDT, Lanua de Loam EDP, or EDT, EDP, Blue Electric, Tuxedo, killers. In the clone world, this is a really easy dumb reach date night killer for any age group. Latafa Kingdom. There's Kingdom and then there's Lionheart. Kingdom is a 1-to-1 clone of Lamal Elixir, tobacco, vanilla, spices, woods. This is a 1-to-1 of Lamal Elixir from Jean-Paul Gaultier. $30. You can even find this at Burlington right now. You don't even have to order it online. But if you want this same profile but ramped up in mint, it's also lavender in this. Ramped up in mint, Latafa Armoff Lionheart is a Lamal Elixir clone with a twist ramped up in mint. So if you want true 1-to-1 Lamal Elixir, I think you can never lose with Lamal Elixir in a date night setting, and that's a clone. So if you want the real thing, go ahead. Yeah, that's plenty of recommendations. There's so many. Here's another clone you can find at TJ Maxx, $13, Valencia Uomo Intense. Cloning Valentino Uomo Intense. I don't care which one you get. It's got a very airy oceanicness with lavender and iris. So for all my iris lovers out there, you have Dior Homme Intense, you have Gentleman Reserve Privé. You know, Gentleman Reserve Privé is a very whiskey, patchouli, chocolatey iris. Then you have Dior Homme Intense, which is a very powdery, creamy, cosmetic-y, lipsticky iris. But this is iris safe, meaning if you want to get the sexiness from iris but still have a fresh masculine fragrance that doesn't lean too feminine, Valentino Uomo Intense or Valencia Uomo Intense, which is the same fragrance. This is $13. Valentino Uomo Intense will probably run you on discounters, probably like $50 to $70. In person, probably run you $100 to $150. Either way is worth the money. Prada. Is it Prada? Prada Loam Intense is another iris safe. But I gave you guys a bunch of good recommendations, man. We could do this all night. All right, guys, I'm going to answer the last bit of questions here. I don't care that there's 52 in here. I've been on for 130 minutes, and I'm tired, guys. I know it always gets popping the closer I am to midnight, but I'm sorry, guys. We do this every week. I did order Casa Marati Mephisto 2 days ago when you said it was the best niche blue. I think I'll order FOMO right now. Hey, listen, Derek, Mephisto is beautiful. Mephisto, listen, you know, Derek, you've tried every fragrance you tried that I recommend, man. Just trust me. Just trust me. You will wear this. You will make excuses to wear this. Every day you'll be the best blue smelling guy in the room. I don't care what people think is the best blue out there. Mephisto is it. Mephisto is it. Trust me. I did order Casa Marati. Oh, my bad. I read that over again. Yeah, Santal isn't everyone's cup of tea. Joe Milano has me in a chokehold lately. Hey, listen, I don't dislike Santal. It's just not me. Full House kills Imagination. So does Aqua Dubai. So does Sahib Intense. Wild Card kills Lafayette Street. So does Yaman Lale's version. Emerald for LV Symphony. That one's really good. So is Win. Dubai King, Qatar King, Saudi King from Joe Milano. Also bangers. Okay. I'll screenshot that, buddy. Thanks for letting people know in the chat. Try new off-non Rare Reef, my good man. I would love to hear your opinion. Someone's going to send it to me. Everybody said it was meh. Like, the best score I saw on Rare Reef from people I trust is an 8, but most people gave it a 7. But we will put it on the channel just so you guys have my take on it real soon. Is Koff a good clone of Percival? Yeah, if you look up... so, Derek, I haven't put my nose to Koff, but BT Sense, really good friend of mine, that's like one of his favorites. You know, when we talk about Hall of Fame clones, he says when he goes into work wearing Koff, everybody compliments him. So hopefully that's a good reference for you. What do you think about Montaigne? I don't own any Montaigne right now. Collector's edition is elegant, juicy Aventus Creed fused with Dior Sauvage. I think it's more of Absolute Aventus with Hassavat, ramped up oak moss. But either way, I agree with you. Performs long, juicy, canned, candied pineapple with heavy oak moss and smoke. It's elegant. The pre-show versus off-non collector's edition, there's high compliment factor on both. Sauvage, I don't recommend EDT. I recommend EDP or Parfum or Sauvage Elixir. And my rule of thumb is if you're 25 or up, go Sauvage Elixir. If you're 25 or down, go EDP, Parfum, EDP or Parfum of Sauvage, just based off your preference. Go into a local Sephora or a Ulta Beauty to smell the EDP or Parfum. One spicier, one sweeter. Thoughts on Aqua di Gio Absolute? It's a good fragrance. It's a good solid fragrance. You know, it's somewhere between Profumo and Profondo. If you want the freshest, most versatile, you go Profondo. If you want the sexiest, you go Profumo. And if you want something in between, you can go Absolute. But I honestly think in today's world, go on Amazon, buy Lattafa Sacrat for $20, and you will have that fragrance. 100 ml. What are your thoughts on English laundry? You know, it's old. It's old, brother. Just spend an extra $10 and get whatever fragrance you want. I'm trying to get through with these questions so I can go to bed. Y'all are lucky all my mods are gone. I bought Calvin Klein in the dollar store. CK1. CK1's a good fragrance. I mean, it's not special, but it's a nice powdery, clean out of the shower fragrance. What do you think about Boss Bottled Original for a signature scent? I'm not a big fan of Original. Boss Bottled The Scent Magnetic, Boss Bottled Absolute, and Boss Bottled Elixir are the only ones I would buy in 2025. But Boss makes great fragrances, so I don't doubt that the Original is good too. Thanks for dropping your insights on scents and brands. Thank you, Daisy. Thank you so much for coming through. Carolina Herrera 212 is my favorite scent for men. It is a good scent. Thank you for the compliment, Yo-Yo. Is the tea note in Supremacy Heaven prominent? Not at all. You'll smell no tea. In Supremacy Heaven, this one. Yes, but the black currant is even more prominent. But the tea is there. The tea is there, but it is not a tea fragrance by any stretch of the imagination. You have other things fighting for your attention. You have bergamot, you have citrus, you have tea, you have black currant, you have metallics, you have rainwater accord. So Club de Nuit Sillage and Off Non Supremacy in Heaven are wonderful renditions of Silver Mountain Water. I think Off Non Supremacy in Heaven smells 100% like Silver Mountain Water. I think Sillage smells like Silver Mountain Water, more inky, a little bit more synthetic, but you get way more performance. You get like 10, 12 hours out of Sillage. Out of Supremacy in Heaven, you get like 8 hours. Best Alurum Sport Clone, Alpine Sport from Maison Alhambra. You can get it on Amazon for $20. YSL La Nuit Alone Blue Electrique is nearly impossible to find, but Fragrance World Jack of Clubs is a pretty good clone of it. Yeah, it's pretty good. There's actually another one that's even smoother, but Jack of Clubs gets the job done. Alpine Sport, thanks Stitches for supplying that. Y by YSL is okay. I prefer Fakar Black, or Yeah by Maison Alhambra. I don't think Y is worth a DNA right now. I don't know any Brazilian fragrances. Send me some. I'd be happy to review them. Have you tried Amouage? The closest fragrances to Brazil I have is the República Dominicana with Tres Oros. Muy bueno. Magnifico. Mi amor, mi corazón. Mandarin orange, pineapple, honey, brown sugar, plantain. Oh my gosh. Oh, mi corazón. How many bottles do you have in your collection? Too many, Tony. Too many. How many bottles do you think I have? This is a lot of my collection, but it's not everything. Let me put it this way. Last month, I gave away 32 bottles to the community. So maybe that'll help you. Best non-clone cheapies. Absolutely. Lalique Equus, Lalique White and Black, Lalique White, Lalique Pour Homme, Lalique Lin Sumi, Lalique Ombre Noir, Bentley Unlimited, Bentley Infinite Rush, Bentley Azure, Bentley OG, Bentley for Men Black Edition, Ferragamo Bright Leather, Banana Republic Vintage Green 78. He said cheapies, Mont Blanc Presents. He said cheapies, Banana Republic Grassland, Calvin Klein Everyone, CK1, Coach Open Road, Metal Rain 90 Pure White. Yeah, that's all you're getting for designer cheapies from me. How would I describe the smell of that Amir Celestial? Is it creamy? No. Ganymede's not creamy, bro. Ganymede is not creamy. Creamy? Bro said creamy? You better hope I can't find my Ganymede right now. Bro said creamy. I've never heard that before. Creamy. No, it's not. No, not creamy. No, man. Ganymede, like, to me, no. I could say more about it, but no. Mineralic, violet leaf, suede. Amir Celestial smells exactly like Ganymede, less earthy, more violet leaf, so it's a touch more powdery. It feels like you died and went to heaven on a cloud and you're sitting in front of heaven's gates. It's airy, it's soft, it's slightly powdery, but you still get that mineralic, suedey vibe going on. Exotic mineral rock type feel. How would I describe? Okay. Somebody said it looks similar to Aqua di Gio Profondo. I don't dream. People that I really trust speak very highly of Koff. I can't tell you if it smells like BO, but I really respect the people in my life who swear by Koff, and they would not be talking about a fragrance that even remotely reminds them of BO. But I can't give my 2 cents. I don't own Koff. But like I said, if it means anything, people I highly respect swear by Koff as like one of the most slept on clones. Fascination. Oh. Yeah, Fascination is creamy, I guess. You know, I really wish this macerated better because as it stands right now, I think you should just buy Richwood. But man, it's close. It's close to being something amazing. And I was hoping it would be just as good as Amir Celestial so I can hold them side by side and say this is the holy grail of fragrance clones. But it's not. There's something here that just screams clone. I really want this to be good. It's got so much good going for it. It's a dense, thick fragrance, but it's got something in the back that screams budget. I can't recommend Fascination to anybody, guys. I got to be truthful. I got to be really truthful. It's actually going to go in the giveaway pile. So if you want to win it, be around when I hit my 3K. Where's the Jupe at? I don't like Jupe. I don't know what the hype is on Jupe. Dracar Intense is like closest thing I'll go. Have you tried Fakar Platine? I have not, Zephyr. Favorite old school fragrances? We named those earlier, so just run the tape back. Do you know Juice WRLD? Yes and no. Do you know where I can get samples of different Aventus batches? Yeah, Scent Decant, Decant X, Lucky Scent, Scent Split, any of those. Which perfume do you recommend to your best friends who are not too much into fragrances? Okay, so some like really good, wait. Well, it depends if it's niche or designer or clones. Yeah, send me an email on it, Lamau. Thoughts on Dylan Blue? I used to say it's an amazing blue fragrance for everyday wear. In what I know in 2025, I think it's actually smarter to get Blue de Chanel over it, or Eros. Even though Eros isn't a blue, I consider it a musky, sweet vanillic blue, even though it's not. But if you want a true blue that I think is just better, go Armani Code or Blue de Chanel. It's just a better fragrance. Dylan Blue, it's really, really good. It is really good, but it just has a bit of sharpness and fakeness that makes you feel like you're a college kid or high school kid. It makes it feel like you went for a blue fragrance and you couldn't afford something amazing, so you just settled for good. Best Angel Share clone, Amir, Paris Corner, Fire Your Desire. Run the tape back to earlier in the live tonight. I showed it on camera. Okay, guys, I'm going to give you 1 minute while I take a piss. If you have any questions, now's the time to put them in the comments section. Yeah, I mean, Dylan Blue at the college level is like a Swiss Army knife, but the same price you'd pay. Here's the thing, bro. The same price you'd pay for Dylan Blue, you could buy Blue de Chanel and get infinite amount of compliments. That's what I'm trying to say. Dylan Blue, most people will tell you it's an amazing fragrance that only by designer. But I'm telling you, as somebody who has smelled everything in Sephora and Ulta Beauty, that Blue de Chanel will get you infinitely more comments than Dylan Blue. Armani Code Absolute will get you infinitely more comments and compliments than Dylan Blue. Versace Eros EDT will infinitely get you more compliments than Dylan Blue. Not a blue fragrance, but still Swiss Army everyday wear for college. Gucci Guilty Elixir will infinitely get you more compliments than Dylan Blue. That's all I'm saying. Versace Pour Homme, Dylan Blue, Mont Blanc Legend Blue, Mont Blanc Legend Spirit, they're all very mid compared to all those fragrances I just named, even though they're very popular. Put your comments in the question section below. I'm going to piss real quick, answer some questions, and get out of here. Here, let me give you guys some eye candy while I take a quick piss. All right, guys, be right back. All right, guys. Oh, shoot. Forgot I turned the dang camera around. Sorry, guys. Okay, we're going to answer up questions real quick and get out of here. Best Angel Share clone, we did that. Oh, you guys didn't ask that many questions. Cool. Thoughts on Gucci Guilty Absolute? If it's the all black bottle, I think it's pretty freaking good. Outside of Gucci Guilty Elixir, I'd recommend that one for date nights. Favorite leathery fragrance? Ode to Ombre Leather, not original Ombre Leather, but Ode to Ombre Leather is really nice. Straight to Heaven by Killian, very nice. Ode to Ombre Leather is like a floral, slightly fruity, mostly floral leather, very masculine, very upscale, very classy. Straight to Heaven from by Killian is a chocolate cakey patchouli dark leather with dried fruits and rum raisin. What other leathers do I have? I'm not the biggest leather fan because I feel like nothing really beats some of my leathers. I do carry the Diaghilev, but none of you guys are ready to wear a fragrance like that. Honestly, if you have those two fragrances, you have just about everything. Yeah, try those. Start with those two, and also look at my review on the Javoy collection. There's a couple other leathers in there you should consider. But if you have Eau de Ombre leather, that's really all you need as a leather fragrance. It is the Swiss Army knife leather fragrance for a man of any age. I know guys that are 20, 18 years old, 20 years old, 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, all get massive compliments with Eau de Ombre leather, EAU. The old one is good, but Eau de Ombre leather smells infinitely better than original ombre leather. What clone fragrance were you surprised with the quality? Glorious Oud Royal Blanc. 100% perfection. This is not Honor and Glory from Lattafa. This is French Avenue. They just look the same. Glorious Oud Royal Blanc. 1-to-1, 100% perfect score clone of Initio Parfums Musk Therapy. That one shocked me. Zara Man. It's actually 1-to-1 to Tom Ford Black Orchid EDP. Slightly fresher, but actually makes it better than Black Orchid. More wearable for men. But as far as cloning the DNA, they did it absolutely perfectly. This one blew my mind. Afro Leather, Maison Alhambra, blew my mind. 10 out of 10 clone of African leather from Memo Paris. Cassius, 10 out of 10 cloned Carlisle from Parfums de Marly. Amir Celestial, cloned Ganymede almost 100%, but ramped up the violet leaf, toned down the minerals, which is actually what I wanted. So I would still call that a 10 out of 10 clone of Ganymede. Oud Satin from Ministry of Oud. If you're a fan of Oud Satin Mood from Maison Francis Kirkjohn, you do not need it. $30. This smells exactly like it. The juice is dark as hell. 1 or 2 sprays of this will last you 48 hours. They did an incredible job on Oud Satin Mood. Oud for Glory. 10 out of 10 masterpiece clone of Oud for Greatness. And I know because I have it. Did a spectacular job on Oud for Greatness. What else in the clone world? Oh, Kingdom blew me away. 10 out of 10 clone of Lamal Elixir. 10 out of 10. All-Star Fragrance. Cayenne Classic. All-Star Hall of Fame 10 out of 10 clone of Dior Homme Intense. I mean, we can do this all day, guys. We could literally do this all day. Iconic from Club de Nuit. 10 out of 10 masterpiece clone of Bleu de Chanel EDP. 1-to-1. And I'm showing you guys the originals to tell you this isn't my opinion. I could literally smell them. There's not a single clone that I own that I don't have the original fragrance to in my collection. And I try to tell people that's what separates my channel. And we'll end here. But that's what separates my channel from... And by the way, guys, there's 39 people in here. Click the 3 dots right here or right here. And then hit the like button, please. It would really help you guys out. But I try to tell people the difference between my channel and most people's channels is I carry the OG originals to every clone. So I'm not just speaking for my opinion. I'm not speaking on it in terms of last year or something I did in the past. I literally have OGs to everything. And I'm speaking on stuff that I can grab and smell at the drop of a dime. And we can do this all day, guys. And this isn't just a few decants. It's a lot, guys. I mean, these are discovery sets, discovery packs, travel sprays galore. And this isn't, guys, this isn't everything. Like, this is what still needs, you know, oh, I got this new leather. I am so thankful for this. I needed more storage in this office. So I'm very happy about this, my little executive footstool. But, you know, this is what's on the menu for just this month. This will last me the next 3 months in reviews, guys. Ex Nihilo, MFK, Etat Libre d'Orange, Xerjoff. I mean, guys, look at this right here. This cup alone is like 50 decants of niche. So, and then this is what's on the menu just for this week. This is not small talk. Aaron Terrence Hughes, Amouage, Supers, Claudia Zucca, Kajals, Argos, it's just Montal. I have the originals to all my clones. So the difference between my channel and a lot of people's channel is I'm actually speaking in current truth about accuracy of clones to originals. I will not speak on clones that I don't own originals to. So you can trust that I'm at least telling you an honest review based off of having the original in front of me. Let's see. Got some Indian interference. Let's see. I'm talking, so Gucci Guilty Elixir, the green bottle, is my favorite from the Gucci line. The all black Gucci Guilty, all black. So the chrome Gucci piece is now black, black cap, black bottle. That's the one that I think is actually pretty nice. But I still prefer Gentleman Reserve Privé over it. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining the chat. If you have any questions that went unanswered tonight, please just put them in the comments section below. I will answer them within the day. If you're new to fragrance or interested in fragrance content, I post about double the volume of Gent Sense. So he's one of the most active in fragrance in terms of content posting. I post double his volume every single day. I'm really out here. I'm really buying fragrances, trying fragrances, giving you guys reviews, 2 to 4 videos every single day. Give the channel a shot, see if you like it. I do game shows and entertainment. I also have a podcast coming out with fragrance, and I don't need money. I'm not sponsored. I just do this for fun. What started out as like a smoke break for me when I had my second son became an empire of content because everybody really appreciates the content that I provide in fragrance because I'm really out here doing it. We talk about clone, dupe, inspired, designer, niche, and independent niche, and we do it all day, every day. So I hope it was valuable for you. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. Other than that, hope you guys have a blessed rest of your week. And until next time, you guys have a great rest of your week. Let's finish it strong.